This week on Community Watch, I'm talking to Scott Moody of the Rome Noon Optimist Club about their annual pancake breakfast to raise money for their projects during the year, most of which are for the youth, including their Help for Foundation Camp. I don't want to forget that. It's a great show, great event. You want to find out about it. Community Watch starts now. Welcome to Community Watch, and I am thrilled to have Scott Moody with us today. You've been on the show many times. Always good to see you. Welcome.
It's good to be here. This is, I'll use a joke I use somewhere else. I show up just about every fall, just like the flu. So probably people are just as happy to see me as they are the flu also.
Now see, I wasn't going to make that connection at all. And I was going to talk about this, and I will talk about it, but I think of this show, but also the event we're going to talk about today, as the kickoff to the holidays.
Yes, it truly is. Yeah.
And for us, for my family, it has been that every year.
Yes. One of the great stories as I've been in the Optimist Club for years is you see people over and over, but there's one group of gentlemen that even before I was in the Optimist Club, they meet for breakfast every morning every year, 6 o'clock when we first open the doors, and they're usually the first ones in, and it's just an annual tradition to them. And I see them every single year, and I'm sure they'll be there this year too.
Well, let's back up a little bit. So we're talking about the Rome Noon Optimist Club.
Correct.
And the fundraiser, the famous fundraiser,
the Pancake Breakfast.
Which is the Pancake Breakfast. Has it always been the Saturday before Thanksgiving?
As far as I know, it has. Dr. Jim Cook was wonderful that he did a history of our club, and that seems to be the case. It's always been that Saturday. Now it's moved to different locations throughout the year. And over 63 years, we started out at a little restaurant down on Broad Street. The owner wasn't open on Saturdays. Wasn't open on Saturdays, so one of the members knew him, and he said, "Here's the keys. Y'all can handle it," and that's how it got started 63 years ago.
The Noon Optimist Club. Now you have been president off and on over the years. I don't know your current title.
I'm currently past president.
Okay.
But I have served as president 2 times, which is kind of unusual. We usually don't repeat presidents. We've done
You were so good.
Well, I don't think that was the case. What happened was, and then the other time when it happened is when something is disruptive, and COVID. I mean, that was it.
That was very disruptive.
We went through all that. Yes, I mean, it was difficult to meet. It was difficult to recruit new members. All those type things. So coming out of that, the club made a decision. Let's ask one of our former presidents, will they serve again to kind of get things a little settled back again?
Mm-hmm. And you were standing there.
And I didn't raise my hand to say not me soon enough. so it was me.
Well, I know that there are a couple of things that are very interesting to me about the Noon Optimist Club. First is the focus on what you do every year, which we'll talk about. But also the fact that this is your one and only
Yes.
fundraiser annually, which And I've been involved with many organizations that struggle to make money to do what they want to accomplish. And it's always multiple fundraisers through the year.
Yep.
I don't know of any other organization that puts everything, all the energy and focus on one
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, it's one of the unique things about our club, and it's one of the unique things about the other Optimist clubs I know about in our district and throughout our organization. Again, the members who came before us set this up. They grew it. They used to do other fundraisers too, but as this one grew, they made the decision, if we put our effort into here and do it well, this will do us. And that, as I said, I'm like you. I've been in so many other organizations that do great things, but it's generally like, what, another fundraiser? Have we finished the last one yet?
Yeah.
But it is. It's those 5 hours, we're able, with the community support and the local business support, able to fund all the projects we do for the entire year during that one time.
And you can focus on the project.
Yes, we do. And we do a lot of projects compared to a lot of other groups because of that. I mean, we're working on this starting in September,
Mm-hmm.
but the event is there, and then we're able to do other things. But it is, after that, we focus on our mission, which is serving our community and serving the youth in our community.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because I think other than just having some great pancakes,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
and the sausage, which is incredible, which we'll talk more about, but other than just going, there's a purpose.
Yes, absolutely.
So, what are some of the things that the Noon Optimists do every year?
Right. We kind of have our projects kind of in 3 pots. One of the things we do is we provide grants to other organizations in Rome, Floyd County, that serve kids. I mean, that's what they do, so they can do it effectively, efficiently. So we provide grants for them. And that's one of the things we put a pot of money into and time into. But also on top of that, those groups we support financially, we help a lot of times. One of the best examples is the library, the summer reading program for kids. They always have a kickoff event the Tuesday after Memorial Day. And they have, stations set up for kids to go. We man those stations. We not only want to provide funds, but we want to get in there and do things. So that's one example of that. So that's one pot, the grants. Then we have programs we do within our club that's specific to us. We have a Student of the Month program for high school students. All the schools, public and private, participate in that. We recognize them once a month. Once a semester, we recognize the middle school students. And then once a year, we have a program called Terrific Kids, in which we recognize elementary kids, 4th and 5th graders. And at each of those, what we do is we provide, the certificates, the recognition, the meal, for the parents, the kids, their guests, and let them get a chance to shine a little bit. So that's it. We do a program where we recognize our first responders, the adults. I mean, they contribute to our community and make it a better place. And then we do Optimist International events. And that would be the oratorical contest, the essay contest, and the communication contest for the deaf and hard of hearing. Of course, we do that with Georgia School for the Deaf down in Cave Spring. And what that does is we provide scholarship money or money for the kids, first, second, third place, medallions and that. If they are the winner of our club contest, they move on. And in all 3 of those contests, we've had a district winner, a couple of times, multiple times over the years, and that comes with a $2,500 scholarship. We had one child 2 years ago that made it to the international finals. She was the winner of the Southeastern United States, 8
Wow.
southern states, and Caribbean. And her total scholarship money between what Optimist International gave, what our district gave, and what our club gave her, because we give money every step of the way to help them get there and be there, over $10,000.
My goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, those, and then Respect for Law is an Optimist International program. So anyway, those are kind of the three things we do. Most of them are child-centered. I'll go back one other thing with the Optimist International Essay, Oratorical, and Communication Contest. What we all find is if young people can effectively communicate with the written word and the spoken word, they have a great chance to be successful in life. So that's why we do those programs, to give them that opportunity to show those skills, hone those skills, and get up there and get that. I'm always amazed every year. Every kid there is far better at that than I ever would have been at that age.
Well, it's a great message.
Yeah.
That certainly is something that we're still delivering at the college level.
Yes.
But I do want to say one of the many reasons that I think we love promoting this event and the Noon Optimist Club is because y'all have helped us out
Yes.
every year for
Foundation
quite a while,
Camp.
for Foundation
Absolutely.
Camp, which is our summer camp for boys ages 10 to 14 that we do in partnership with the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia. And the Noon Optimists have been very kind to us over the years and supported us. So we're very grateful for that, and great to be acknowledged, and also for the financial help that y'all have extended to us. So all of those reasons should give people additional motivation to participate in the pancake breakfast. Now I'm always surprised by how much money this single event has raised in the past.
Yeah.
And you have an ambitious year.
Yes, we do.
Every year.
Yeah.
And it does take some money. So I mean, it's good that you've made this, and I don't think any of it is wasted.
No,
you use it all.
Yeah, we do.
But what have you earned in a typical year?
Well, I can give you a little historical there. When
right.
I was president previously, which was 7 or 8 years ago, the goal that year was $30,000. That's what we wanted to raise. That was the next step.
Mm-hmm.
This year's goal is $58,000. And we generally make those goals, and it's because the community see what we do, and they're supportive. And the other thing I can say about that money we raise, when you buy a pound of sausage, or you buy a ticket, or if you're a business and you purchase one of our sponsorships, because of the generosity of the businesses in our community to provide us with the materials we need to run the event, our overhead is pretty close to zero.
Yeah.
I mean, if you buy a ticket, every bit of that ticket's going to go right back into our community for something good for our community and the youth in our community.
Well, that's a great setup for our talking about the actual event, which we will do after this break. We're coming up on our break here, and you need to stay with us so you can get all the details on this important event for the community and for your breakfast pleasure coming up really soon. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Access to me means I get to explore and define myself.
Access? That allows me to follow my passion.
For me, it means I get to do what I've always dreamed of doing, helping people.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero.
Welcome back to Community Watch. I'm having a conversation with Scott Moody of the Rome Noon Optimist Club because it's pancake time again, almost. It's the Saturday before Thanksgiving, same day it is every year.
Yep.
And it's at the Civic Center again?
It's at the Civic Center on November the 18th, and we operate from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m.
6 to 11. And I do my best to get there in the 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, that's a good time to be there.
It is still relatively calm.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of activity.
Yeah, there's activity, but you're not. Yeah, it's not elbow to elbow.
Yeah, if you wait till 9.
Yeah.
You know,
that about 9:30 to 10:30 hour. If you want to see anybody you haven't seen in Rome in a while,
because they're all there.
That's the time to be there. You'll see them.
They're all there. The tickets, you can get the tickets at the door.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you save a little bit.
You do. Yeah.
If you buy in advance.
If you purchase your tickets in advance, they're $8. At the door, they're $9. Tickets, any Optimist member, you can get tickets. You can look at our Facebook page and go there. But another great option we have is the Visitor Center up on the hill, the same place where we have the event, right across from the 2As, Applebee's and Aldi's, right up there, the Caboose. They have the tickets there. So if you're just out and about and want to drop by, you can pick your tickets up there for $8.
And this is a good-sized organization. I mean, there are a lot of members in the community.
We're at 80 right now, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's the second largest Optimist club in the state of Georgia.
Wow,
yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it is.
So the pancake breakfast. Get the tickets in advance for $8, at the door for $9, and it is essentially all you can eat.
Oh yeah, and listen, it's pancake, sausage, coffee, orange juice, milk, soft drink, and as long as you're willing to sit there, we'll keep bringing you food.
Yeah,
and some people sit there
a while.
A while. They talk with friends and family, but then there are some people that life is busy, so they'll do one of two things. They'll come inside and do our carry out. And there's others that'll just go through our drive-through. So we have drive-through, carry out, sit down.
Yeah, now I know there was one year, I think, during COVID, where it was almost all
we did all drive-through, carry out, whatever you want to call it. But yes, people just drove through, and whatever they ordered, we brought it out to their car and they went on their way.
Did you have that drive-through before COVID, or was
that
a COVID thing?
No, we had it. We had done it a couple of years before, and in fact, that one of the challenges we had, like everybody, what do you do? Many organizations suspended their fundraiser during COVID, and we made the decision. Well, if we're the only ones in the building, and we to go through the protocols and all, and we do our drive-through, we think we can pull this off.
Yeah.
And we were one of the first organizations to be back up and running with a fundraiser like that, and the community support was phenomenal. I mean, we cleared as much money as we had the previous year.
Well, that's great.
I know, it's like we were all surprised pleasantly. So.
And having gone through that drive-through, I was impressed by how efficient it was.
Yeah, well, I will say this: after 63 years, we're learning a few things, but we do every year when the event is over, we have a meeting and we go like, okay, what did we do well? What did we, what can we improve on? And we really look at that. So The drive-through has gotten much more efficient over the years. I'll throw out one of, we kind of looked at how Chick-fil-A does it and said, well, let's kind of copy them, and they kind of helped us with some little tricks that would keep the line moving efficiently.
But you mentioned near the end of the first segment that almost everything that you use,
yes, it's
at the
donated by
breakfast is
local
donated.
Yes.
So you don't have to spend any of the money you earn on those items.
No.
And you can reserve all that you make
Yeah.
on those initiatives through the year.
Yeah, yes, we do. I mean, again, our local businesses are wonderful, have been wonderful partners, many of them for decades. The relationship was forged long before I got in the club. And you just, you keep those relationships good, and you share with them what you're doing and how it impacts. And even in our financials, we have operational, which our dues cover the things we do for ourselves. Our dues covers. This is program special, and the Pancake breakfast money goes there, and it's lined up. What do we spend it on for the programs we support?
So my $8
Yeah.
for a ticket, I can rest assured that those $8 are going to go.
$7 and something. I mean, probably well over 55, 60, 70, maybe even 80 cents plus is going into the projects. We have to buy a couple of little things for that, but it's very, very little.
Plus, it's a great breakfast and a great
Yeah.
event. And you mentioned the social aspect of it. It is true that there are some people that I see annually.
Yeah, me too.
I just don't run into them during the year normally, but there they are at the breakfast. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I said it. Just the community doesn't view it as necessarily a fundraiser. They view it as, the holiday seasons are starting, and we always go here. And we said we have people that I've spoken to over the years where they've come up and said, I just want you to know, my grandfather, when I was a young lad, brought me to here, and now I have my son or grandkid with me. I mean, it's just, it's 63 years.
Right.
You can go through several generations that way.
I know that some of our businesses have their holiday stuff, their Christmas stuff, out in like August. Just bizarre to me. But to me, the holidays begin with the Optimist Club breakfast, because that's the week before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So
and then that next Tuesday, the Tuesday after our Saturday event, the Tuesday after that Saturday event, we have the Christmas parade breakfast where they introduce who's going to be the Grand Marshal. And then the next week's Christmas parade. So it does kick it off.
It does. Now, we haven't talked about the sausage. And I must say, it is among the best sausage I've ever had, if not the best.
Yeah.
And you have it, of course, with the breakfast, but you can also buy it independently of the breakfast.
Yes, $6 a pound.
$6 a pound, and I don't know if it all comes frozen.
It is all frozen, and it's all mild, and it's one thing we used. I mean, one time we toyed with mild and spicy or whatever it is, and then just make it one way, but it's all fresh. I mean,
and it's made specially for
for us. Yes, it's with our recipe and what it is and everything, but it's done for us. We like the sausage patties that are going to be at the actual breakfast when you get with your pancakes. that's done that week.
Yeah.
And comes over. And as we empty our freezer, we go back and get another load. So, a week old, maybe, probably less. So it's fresh.
And I, as I mentioned to you before the show, I have for several years now given pounds of sausage for holiday presents because people love to get it, and it's really not very expensive for what you get.
No,
and
it keeps. In fact, every year, I of course purchase several for my home, and one of the ways we it's getting time is that we'll as we start to kick up again, we'll look, and we usually have one left, and we'll cook it up to get ready for another year. But holidays and stuff, we cook up fresh sausage.
Now the process of getting things ready for that morning.
Oh yeah.
Because I believe you have a group of members who are in charge of the sausage.
Oh yeah, the sausage dogs.
The sausage dogs.
Yes. They are out in the smokehouse. Yeah, they get there 2, 3 in the morning, Saturday morning, and they start cooking. And again, as things evolve, we used to do it on the pit there with the charcoal. So they'd come out, and most of them would say, I drive the oldest vehicle I got because it's never going to be the same. And my wife says, don't bring any of that into this house, and so. But we now have switched over to more propane cookers, and we have those and break it down, and it still has the same great taste and everything. But you probably don't give your members the carcinogens that you used to.
Well, that's good.
That's another positive.
Yeah. But they start incredibly
Yes,
early.
very early. Yeah, and you're usually done 7:30. I mean, they're finished. They go home. But they've done their work. They've cooked all the sausage up, and it's ready. And in those next couple hours after that, we're through too.
Well, the sausage is impressive. It's very impressive.
Yeah. Again,
and,
very, very, very fortunate to have those that came before us set all this up.
Mm-hmm.
And as we always joke among ourselves, our job isn't to do this well. Our job is to mess this up. Just don't mess it up. It's good. Let's just don't mess it up.
Well, in my experience, you have not messed it up.
No, that's it. That's it. We've looked for little ways to improve, but don't mess it up.
for the money that folks give you for the tickets.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful breakfast.
Yes.
It's a wonderful experience. High quality breakfast.
Yeah.
And,
very good. I said I would be surprised. Well, I know myself. I can't go anywhere in Rome any day of the year and get an all-you-can-eat breakfast for $8 or $9.
Right.
I mean, tip and all. I mean, you don't tip, so it's a great value for what you're getting, but also what you're giving.
Right.
Brings tremendous benefit to our community, and we're very conscious of making sure we continue to do those things.
Well, Scott, we're totally out of time.
That's fine. It's great. It's always good to talk to you.
But it's November 18th,
18th.
Saturday before Thanksgiving. Get your tickets
Civic Center.
at the Tourist Center.
Tourist
for
Center.
members,
Yep. The event Civic
or
Center.
at the door.
Or at the door. 6 to 11 o'clock. 6 a.m. 11 o'clock. You come in. You're going to get a great meal at a great price and support our community.
That's great. Well, thank you, and thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.